All right, we talked about the offensive line
Yeah.
and some of the solutions. And I think one thing we're going to agree on here is that Feliciano needs to be a part of that solution. Now, where he plays, who else plays, there might be some difference of opinion. And I don't know that either of us are right or wrong. I just think that there's multiple ways that this offensive line can improve. It's a choose your own adventure book. You remember those when you were a kid, where
Loved
you
them.
kind of you
Yeah.
choose your own adventure, and
Go to
depending
page
on
78.
yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on
Right.
what your choice is, you go to a different page and you had a different ending.
Right.
That's what the 49ers offensive line is. They have multiple adventures to choose from here. And I think that most of them are a better solution than what the starting five had been up to this Jacksonville Jaguars game. Give me one of the solutions that you've come up with on how they can make this offensive line better. What would that starting lineup look like for you?
Go back, draft DeJuan Jones. And
Yeah,
no.
not gonna happen. I wish.
honestly, I think Richard Gonzalez nails my solution. That's what I would do. It'd be left tackle Trent Williams, left guard Aaron Banks, center Jake Brendel. I keep calling him Mike Brendel for some reason. Jake
It's fine. You
Brendel,
can call him Mike.
Mike. He goes by Mike if you want to. Right guard Feliciano and right tackle Moore. I think Moore has shown that to me, Moore is the better option over Colton McKivitz. I think he's proved it on that left side of the tackle when he was filling in for Trent Williams. I would probably go with Moore. I mean, you could pop out Burford for right tackle and take McKivitz out. You could leave McKivitz in there. I'm not sure, but I think that McKivitz-Burford combination is not a winning one, right? So maybe one of those guys would play better with another player next to him. Sometimes it is really important. Like I played right tackle when I was a young man, and like a kid basically. And that relationship next to your guard is actually important because you guys work together in tandem. So maybe just mixing one of those guys in. Maybe Feliciano at right guard would help Colton McKivitz. I don't really think so, though. I think really what the solution would probably be Jalen Moore at right tackle. He's only played like 51 snaps at right tackle in his life, though. So that's the thing. He's played more left side. So it might be a challenge for him. I'm not sure if he's ready to go at that right tackle spot, but I just don't think Colton McKivitz is the answer, and I don't think Burford is the answer. What I think the 49ers are going to do, though, they're going to mix in Feliciano with Burford, and they'll probably leave McKivitz where he is. I think that's what they're going to do, kind of like last year how Burford was rotating. I think that's what the Niners are going to do. They're going to rotate Burford and Feliciano at guard, and they'll leave McKivitz at right tackle. That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah, I think that Feliciano at right guard is an upgrade. So if they make no other changes other than that, I'm with it. I think Feliciano at right guard, and then you have a multitude. There we go. English is tough. A multitude of different options when it comes to right tackle. Yes, you can leave McKivitz there, and I think just adding Feliciano next to him makes them better. Or you can try Moore. Maybe he works there, maybe he doesn't. Still, the most interesting thing about Moore to me is that when they drafted him, he was supposed to be a guard. That was the whole thing. They talked about him being a guard, and then they just never played him at guard. He's always been a tackle. So I don't know what happened there, but either way, playing him at right tackle might be a better option. We know that he's a decent left tackle. Can he play right tackle? I don't know. I think sliding Burford out to right tackle is also an option. I think he's actually better suited to play tackle than he is guard. I think his body type is built for that. I think what he did in college showed that he is more of a tackle. So I think he could be an option. I think Il Manning could be an option. I'm willing to try any one of them. If there's a possible upgrade to McKivitz, you've got to find it out. And again, I really think it's one of these things where the 49ers are in a good situation where they have a few games here that should be winnable. Tampa's one of them. You're going to have the Arizona game, although I think that game might end up being closer than what people think. Yeah. I think the Arizona game and then week 18. I think those are times to kind of figure this out and see if one of those other guys, much like the Jennings and we were just talking about
Bell.
Oh my God. Jennings and Bell situation. Just try it out. See who the better players are and have that solution going into the playoffs. I would hate to even think that McKivitz is the reason they lose a game. We're like, God, I just felt like there was possibly three better options on the bench and they didn't go with any of them. I would
Yeah.
hate for that to happen. So I
Yeah.
would say just mix it in, try it out. I think there are multiple solutions. Feliciano just being inserted makes them better automatically. But I think at right tackle, there is multiple things that you could do there and have potentially a better overall experience when it comes to the offensive line.
And there's two approaches to this too, right? There's
Mhm.
what's best for this season, and then the 49ers are probably thinking what's best long term, right? They
Yeah.
drafted Burford. They really want Burford to work out, or else it's kind of a wasted draft pick if he doesn't become that guy. And then Feliciano's an old dude. Trent Williams is not getting any younger. So they have to find solutions at both tackle spots. McKivitz is in contract for one more year. He could easily become a swing player, right? So it's not a big deal if he loses his spot. But guys like Burford, who you drafted to be that right guard, and if it doesn't work out, that's not good. That means you got another player that you need to find. So I think 49ers are considering all of that when making their decisions here. But really, I feel like they just, at this point, this is an all in type season. You have a potential to win a Super Bowl. They need to just figure out what's best for right now.
Yeah, most certainly. So we'll see what they do. I have a feeling that you're right, that they're just going to do the rotation thing again. Sure, I guess. I don't know that that necessarily
No.
to me that was a developmental play for
Mhm.
Burford. And I think right now you're trying to win a Super Bowl.
Right.
Yes, you want to develop players. I get all of that, but you can only have a certain amount of patience. And right now he's just not the better option at right guard. And so Feliciano should just play full-time snaps there. And maybe Burford can be the answer at right tackle, like I said, but he just shouldn't be getting any run at right guard. I just don't think that position is suited for him. I really don't.
Yeah. I think I agree with you, sir.
GTC Reels says, can Womack tackle now? Because he can cover for sure. I think that's the big question is, can he tackle now? That was a reason he was kind of a liability in the run game. He didn't get a lot of run last year because of that, but he is a hell of a cover corner, I think, or can be. Has showed flashes of that. And I think he's a playmaker. I think he's just around the ball. He did it on special teams last year. He did it in small moments during games last year when he was given the opportunity. So I think just having a player that is consistently around the ball, I mean, that's always a good thing too. So I would like to see him get some chances and see if maybe he can be the answer. You Rob B says, I'm a member. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. And then Fish and Chips comes in and also became a member. Thank you so much, Fish and Chips. And then Juan or Jawan, however you want to say it, McKivitz might not play with an ankle injury, and we might have a blessing in disguise if that's the case. Great point. This is a great
Yes.
point. This right here, not that you wish injury on anybody, but if he could just have 1 week, not a long-term thing, but just 1 week where he sits out and they have to try something different, I think that long-term, that might be a great thing for the San Francisco 49ers. At least see somebody else there at the right tackle position. And if it makes sense, maybe it doesn't. Maybe we're just wrong. Maybe McKivitz is the best option, and that's okay. If he's the best option, I have no problem with him being the best option. I just want to know for sure that he's the best option.